Well, my name is Ernest Ezeugo. I'm a political science junior. I'm from Allen, Texas, and I was just elected the new Student Government Association student body president. My favorite thing about OU is definitely the concept of the OU family. You become a Sooner and you're a part of the Sooner family, and the OU family is like always there to look out for you and stuff. And I know several people who have definitely like found their ways out of hard times because whether it be like another student or an administrator or like an advisor was there to act like a family member and essentially kind of help people through. And I think we have programs like Sooners Helping Sooners that really even further emphasize the fact that if you're at the University of Oklahoma, you're part of the Sooner family, and that's just a really awesome, brilliant concept to me. So. I've been interested in politics for about as long as I can remember. This is just going to be the most cliche thing in the world, so that's fine. I'm going to say it anyways. I've always been like a major proponent of helping people in whatever way was possible and efficient. And I've, for the longest time, kind of seen service, like political service and public service, as a means of doing that. Actually, that's one of the first things that I did get involved in when I came to OU. Under the direction of Franz Zenteno, who's the student body government before Joe, or president before Joe and before Hannah. So when I was a freshman, I served under his cabinet. I was a coordinator there and did a lot of work for that. And then I was fortunate enough to be appointed as the director of finance under Hannah Morris. So that whole year is really when I developed a lot of the ideas that I kind of ran the campaign we just ran on. We want to find a way to increase the amount of revenue that's going to some of our biggest, most widely awarded scholarships. So the one that we looked at specifically was Sooner Heritage because it's probably one of the most accessible and widely awarded scholarships at OU. We already know that OU is great, but we want to capitalize on the things that OU does and do even more for students at OU through those things. So we really want to look at certain initiatives that will help kind of bring the student body together and realizing a couple things about unity and a couple things about essentially about the OU family. We want to encourage students, essentially invite them out to take part in community service with us once a month or once every 2 weeks, something that's continuous so that students, get the opportunity to take part in these events continually. I think a big question from the SGA side of things, I believe a lot of people who take part in SGA say, we want SGA to be relevant to the students. And the students who are not part of SGA are like, what does SGA do? And so we want to let the students know what SGA is doing as SGA is doing it. So a big thing we talked about is our South Oval office plan, inspired by Forrest Bennett, who's a real cool guy, if you don't know. But we want to start by going to the students instead of asking the students to come to us, because we understand that our Congress meetings and our office even, they can be intimidating, especially if you're not a part of the system already. So we want to go to students where they are, the South Oval, the library, wherever we can go, and set up a place to ask questions for them to give us, ideas on what they want to see happen, et cetera, et cetera. Madeline and I, we couldn't be more grateful for all the support, that we got throughout the election process, and we couldn't be more grateful for all the people who've come, out of the woodworks to help in some significant way, shape or form. And we've always said, we think that the biggest resource that students miss out on at OU is each other, because you never know who you're walking down the South Oval with that might be able to, is an expert at a class that you need help with, or vice versa, et cetera, et cetera. And so we tried to run our campaign on that, and I think we did a pretty decent job of just waking that fact up that students we are the biggest resource that we have.